Hey guys, wanted to get another video out there for you of some of the salmon fishing gear that I use throughout the summer season here on the Great Lakes. So starting kind of with, the first setup I have, the rod is a Okuma Classic Pro GLT. It's a downrigger rod. So what that means is the rod is just softer tip rod, so that way it does have that flex. This is a 8 foot 6 inch rod. It's designed for 10 to 20 pound line, typically in quarter to 2.5 ounce, lures. I use this rod with this Daiwa AccuDepth 47 line counter reel. So again, it's a very nice rod. It's got a lot of nice feel to it, nice flex. The handles are nice grip. The reel is what I would call like an entry level reel. I mean, it does have all the nice features. It has the clicker, it has some drag here that you can adjust. It has a line counter. This is a downrigger rod, but it's not to say that you can't use it for other things, other sort of ways of fishing. So I typically will use this rod actually with a dipsy diver and like a spoon, and this rod has caught me many salmon in the past summer, and this reel as well. The drag on it is a little bit soft. I don't like that, you do have to crank up a little bit of the line for it to, prevent it from, releasing anymore. This reel does have kind of it lacks a couple features that, I would like to have. I do have a couple 45 convector reels that I might end up putting on this rod. I believe this is something like maybe like 45-pound Power Pro braid. I typically run braid on most of my rods just because it kind of cuts through the water less or better. It has a less memory, and it's fairly strong, so I don't have to worry about losing my flasher flies and things like that. And then I just have a barrel swivel that I use to attach the dipsy divers to, and the leader and the spoons as well. So this is a rod that I like this rod actually a lot because of that downrigger, just kind of that softer tip. It's a really nice rod. The reel could definitely be a little bit better, but for like an entry-level reel, this one definitely gets the job done, and it has caught me many fish. So let me put this one aside and let me show you guys what else I have here. So the next rod that I did want to share with you guys is this it's a Shimano TDR rod. These are very nice rods as well. This is a 8 foot 6 inch length rod. It's a two-piece rod, and it's designed again for the 10 to 20 power or 10 to 20 pound line. Powers medium action on and moderate fast. It does have some flex to it, which is nice, especially as you're trolling. It kind of has that give, a little bit of that give. It's got a nice little butt end here, soft rubber cushion. This is a very nice rod. The eyes on it are all steel, so you can use this with like wire or a copper line, and it's not going to damage the guides. So that's sort of the other nice thing about this setup. On this one, I think I'm running something like 50-pound Power Pro, and I do have a Okuma cold water CW303D reel with a line counter as well. This is a very nice reel that I like a lot. It does have as well that clicker, has the infinite anti-reverse feature, and so this is just a very nice reel, very smooth. It's a very smooth reel. It's got the line counter on it. This is you know, what I would say is like a step up from the convector. I mean, technically these are kind of like the same reels, but this feels to me like it's a little step up. You know, some of these this hardware is, you know, like this is all metal on this reel, whereas on the convector CV45, which I actually have right here, this lever is plastic. So just, you know, no complaints with it being plastic, but you can definitely see that this one is just a little bit of a higher quality reel. Again, I will typically run, you can run this with anything you want. This is a 4.2 to 1 gear ratio. As you can see, it's spooled with a lot of braid here, and so I like this reel. Just regular line, 15-pound mono, it can hold 510 yards, so you can definitely get a lot of line on here, and it doesn't feel too big and too bulky. So it is a nice reel. It is like one step smaller than the 45, as you can see. And again, this very high quality rod that I would say, it's not even all that expensive, these Shimano TDRs. This particular rod, you know, I can run this with like planer boards, like in case I wanted to do like even walleye fishing. I could use this for walleye fishing, but mostly I use this for salmon fishing. What I typically do with this rod is I put like a quick release with a dipsy, and I run a dipsy, and I'll run like a flasher fly behind it, or you know, I'll run a spoon behind it. But that's what I like to use this reel for. This is kind of a this setup, this reel and rod, but it's very versatile. You can use it with any sort of style of fishing. One thing is that if you were to run it with a downrigger, you're probably going with this better off with the softer rods, such as that downrigger rod I showed just a couple you know, minutes ago. And I'll show you guys a third kind of combo that I use, and this is kind of like the big boy of salmon fishing. And let me kind of get this in place here. So this is another Okuma Classic Pro GLT rod, but I think you can guess that by this copper color, this rod is a copper leadcore rod. I was totally kidding about the color, but maybe there is some relation to it. But this is a copper leadcore rod. It's another Okuma Classic Pro GLT. This is a again 8-foot 6-inch rod, power medium, action medium, medium fast. Very nice rod. Again, the handles are just nice. The butt end is very nice of this rod. I really like this rod, and again, it's nice because if you can see, it does have these big eyes, and they are steel. So when you run your copper wire through this, it's not gonna damage that plastic insert. This is a 2-piece rod in case you want to fold it and throw it in some kind of storage compartment. And this rod is set up with a Okuma Convector 55L, so it's a level wind reel. It is spooled with 300 copper, as I'm sure you can tell by the 300 right here. And as you can see, there's still some room. You know, typically people will use this with anything from 250 feet of copper to about 400. I have 300. That kind of suits my needs here for Great Lakes salmon fishing. Very nice reel, very nice rod, and this is just the perfect setup for running copper. Obviously there's a backing on this reel, as there is on every single other reel I showed you. Currently you'll notice that this reel is missing the leader. I ended up losing some stuff this past season, so I do have to tie on another leader to it. Typically what I run this with is like either just a spoon behind a planer board, and I'll have it off the side of my boat, and then the 2 center rods, if I'm going solo, would be like a dipsy, like 2 dipsies and a flasher fly, and then I might have this like off the side. If you're running 6 rods, it's nice to have, you know, again, it depends how your boat is set up, but if you got downriggers, you know, use those rods as well. But, you know, typically these coppers, I'll just kind of send them off to the side on the planer boards. And even in the summer, I'll run like a plug behind this, like a big plug. So this is another rod that I have, and I'll just say it's not that fun reeling in 300 feet of copper, but it is a rod that's popular to run out here, and you definitely want to have a copper rod because sometimes they do prefer that copper. So this is kind of one that I always bring with me as well. But yeah, those are kind of the three different styles of fishing rods that I utilize throughout the summer salmon season. I do have another one of these with a 200 on it, and then I have, you know, like 2 or 3 more rods of everything that I showed you previously. So I can kind of switch off without, you know, having to use 1 or 2 rods. But the Okuma Convector with the Shimano TDR or the Okuma Classic Pro GLT rods, there's a kind of a like a budget friendly, pretty high quality setup. So definitely consider doing that if you're gonna, you know, get into salmon fishing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these setups. Let me know what kind of setups you guys run and what's been successful for you. See ya.